Hello. So, first thing to try out if my microphone can be added to my camera, I try to combine those two. And today is a test filming. Maybe it will work. I hope so. But I do think I have to put down the gain a little bit. Okay, today is of course another upgrade day. And we are at upgrade number 50. Does that mean anything? Not really, other than there are already 50 upgrades. I'm now in for over a year with the upgrade. I started in September of last year. I think while I'm opening that and working on it, I will give you my opinion on the upgrade box. But let's first look what's inside this one. The box can go. This is watercolor paper. Don't judge too quick. The art looks like someone pressed flowers, put them on paper and just put some blue ink on top. Maybe that is what we will do. And the watercolor paper is just because absorbent or something. Maybe it's something with ink. Oh. Cyanotype. Whatever you are. Part R, Part B. I think Morgan Donna did something like that on clothing, didn't she? Okay. And then we have gel, sparkle liner, and a waterproof marker. So, yeah. Some clips and quite the big brush. So this time I really need to go use the bottle post's QR code to find out how we are doing this. And I do like the stuff so far, or the idea of this. It looks quite nice, but I'm not sure how this will work. So I will go through the bottle post and then I will come back and try something with it. I have no idea what we want to do because I have no idea how this will work. Hello, it's voice over me because the attempt with the plugging the microphone into the camera already failed me. I guess it was me because you have to have the microphone plugged into a computer and I have my laptop sitting next to me, but maybe I did not start it, so I guess it's user error, we will see. Anyway, I went through the bottle post and I do know this technique. I normally know it on fabrics with either indigo or a plant. I have no idea how it is called in English. In German it's Weit. And both of those plants work the same way. You dye something or a piece of cloth in it that is most of the time covered with stamps that were covered in beeswax, gum arabic, something like that to protect the fibers underneath. Then it is put into the liquid, and as soon as you get it out, it turns blue. One of my ex-boyfriends gifted me this one that is from India. I know this technique is used in northern Germany quite a lot for traditional clothing, and I think it's quite common in a lot of Slavic cultures as well, countries as well. So, anyway, I haven't done that so far in any shape or form. I just saw some things about it and I am quite interested in how this will look on fabric and on paper. Because me being a weaver, having been trained on traditional wooden looms, doing some fabric printing is something I'm looking forward even more. But the biggest problem at this point in time was they told you to add water to the two powders because you only have the powders in the bottles. And then you have to wait 24 hours, mix the two compartments, and then you can use them. And you have a time frame in between 2 to 4 hours. And the liquid will be unusable after that. So they didn't told you anywhere how long the liquid will stay usable inside these bottles. I later found out it is roughly 6 to 12 months, so everything is fine. But at this point in time I thought I have to dye a ton of fabric and a ton of paper because otherwise I will waste all of this. Wank, wank, wank. Yeah, but then basically I just mixed some water in it and shaked that living bejesus out of it. Hey, I am back. I went through some of my stuff, found this. Then I was tired, had a nap, and now I'm awake again and we can do something. It's a thin sheet of plastic that you can print on. In theory, I should be able to print on this, put it onto the fabric, and where there is ink, it might not get through. And where there is no ink, it will get blue. I want to use these for the design on the fabric, and I am going to do polka dots and design with seashells that I made some time ago. And one of these I want to try to paint directly on, because when they are okay with being printed on, why shouldn't they be fine with being drawn on? So, we will try that out. For that, we need to sketch some. Would be better if I give him some outlines, because otherwise I might confuse myself. And I guess we will go for an experiment with this. I am going to draw one version of him onto the transfer foil, onto the foil thingamajig, and I am going to print one version, and then we can see how much difference it makes. Oh, I'm a genius. And then I still can decide if I want to do the fabrics or not. Because, obviously, I don't want to waste my fabrics. Now, I think what I want to do first is get this printed on here, because then I can use the second half of the sheet with drawing on it. So I am going to prepare that. So this is our sketch. This is our print. And I do have to say, it does look quite promising. Oh yes, I promised my opinion on the upgrade box. So, to save you from having to listen to me for the next 10 minutes talking about the upgrade box, it boils down to I like it. Not all of it is great. Some of the art supplies I still use. Others I don't use at all, or even have thrown away already because they are dry or something like that. So the quality of the art supply is changing. If you have a good art supply, it really is a good art supply. Some of them are just not that great. For example, there was one white paint marker. I had to throw that away because it completely dried up. Yeah. On the other hand, there are things like the bag, for example, that I thought is stupid, but I am reaching for this bag the most, so it's fine. I stand corrected on that. The idea of painting on fabric was strange for me in a kind of, drawing box, upgrade box, art subscription box, but it really was great, so everything is fine. In the end, it really boils down to, do you like the kind of craft or art supply that is inside or not? Are you one who likes to experiment with art supplies? If that is your thing, do it. It is a fun time. If you prefer your typical art supplies, you will hate it. And there are some critiques I have, for example, through the ever-changing co-captains, co-whatevers, there is the potential of having watercolor variations quite a lot. But yeah, that is not the worst thing in the world. What I still think is quite strange, in one box they gave away, or they put oil paint instead of acrylic paint, and at least the one tube, the yellow, was was oil paint instead of acrylic, and they sent out a message that they will correct that. That never happened, so meh. I think overall the upgrade is a nice thing. So, thanks for listening to this. On with the project. I do prefer this version, even if it's smaller, what I just noticed, but doesn't matter. We will see which one is working better, and from there we go on. When it comes to the art piece, this will be the final one. As soon I have those ready to go and two pieces of paper prepared and everything, Maybe I will play a bit with moss or something, but I guess this will be the final print. But I am going to play with fabric afterwards, and I'm not sure if I want to take you along when I do that, but I will at least show you the results in the end. That's it for the moment. We will see us tomorrow when these are finally ready to use. So, it's not entirely 24 hours, I have to admit. It's just 20 hours so far, but I think those 4 hours might be okay. And I want to prepare 2, maybe 3. And now I need something to measure. First, I should unpack this guy. Measuring device. I think I had there 7.5 milliliters of solution A, 7.5 milliliters of solution B. Mix solution A and B together. And I am using a porcelain bowl because in the tutorial videos she used one as well. Totally unrelated, totally uninteresting, but I had one, so why not? In the end, I prepared 3 pieces of paper, the original drawing, and a piece of fabric. So, yay. This had to dry then, and I only gave it 10 minutes, which was a mistake. We will see that. You will see that. Let's go over to it. To the rest of it. What I found out is that those liquids should be good for roughly 6 months to a year. If I would have used some distilled water, they should be good for over a year, or roughly a year, I don't know. But because we don't use distilled water, I'm not 100% certain, but at least we have an idea. Piece of glass on top. And you know what? I think I should transfer that to something and put that outside, because this already is insanely blue, the rest is not. I think we should change the setup. I am going to try that with the fabric as well, and for that I want this lace on there, because that might give us a nice doll skirt or something. So, I did go outside with my little friends, and they had close to half an hour. The problem was it started raining, so I had to get inside. We will see how that affected our first attempt. And because we already hit the 20-minute mark, I washed out the paper, which felt totally wrong, as well as the fabric 3 times with water. I changed the water in between, and then I hung everything up to dry. And well, let's go to the finished, or to the final attempt.
Oh yeah, and just to say it, the fabric was totally not great.
So, let's start the last one. Let's hope these are not too far exposed.
And again, I did forget to start my laptop. Habits, you all. Turning on the microphone is enough. I can't deal with opening my laptop as well. Doesn't matter. This time we had a lot of luck with the sun because it was there for half an hour. And so these two are very exposed, and I think I thought at this point that the one from the printer looked a little bit more crisp. I think that's still the case, but both of them were fine in the end. They had to be washed, they had to be dried, and originally you should let them sit, let them rest for 24 hours. As if.
To everyone's surprise, I was not willing to wait 24 hours. So I took off the prints we made, and now we take a look at them. First we have this attempt. I do think it turned out quite funny, quite nice. Then we have our original sketch, and you can really see where I put on too much of the solution and did not wait long enough to have it completely dry before I put it out into the sun. Same goes with the fabric. I think it's the wrong side, yes. You can see a bit of the lace pattern, but not enough. I think that has to do with me being too impatient and not waiting until this was completely dry. I do want to try some stuff with taking out my hair dryer and drying the fabric before I put on the lace and everything. Let's say goodbye to this. And then we have our two other experiments. And as we already said, or as I already said, you can clearly see that he has quite a lot of problems face-wise. He turned out nicer, but I think there is not a lot of difference between the two variations. So if you are able to print that out, have fun with it. That is far easier.
What I said before in the part where there was no audio, I think that the face of the larger one of the two, of the hand-drawn one, is messed up is because I pushed the glass frame a little bit back into place when I was putting it out into the sun, and I think I have just shoved him around a little bit, and that is why he is messed up. I don't think that is because this one is the hand-drawn version, just to put it out there. Second of all, they had, I think, 4 or 5 hours from the moment they were washed until this point, and all of the blues turned out to be more even than when I first took them out of the bath. Yeah. I then tried to do some little tweaks, like using a bit more of the white thingamajig marker, gel pen, for making the lines more visible, and then I tried to use some of the gel pen, the orangey, brownish, reddish, strange one, and some of the green pen, and yeah. Why did I do that? Basically because it was included in the upgrade, and I thought, you can't ignore them completely. Do I regret that? Slightly. But anyway. This is our result. These two are our results. I hope you did enjoy this video, at least slightly, and yeah, that was upgrade number 50. I hope we will see us in another video. Until then, bye.